Good day to each and everyone, students. This is a supplemental learning video on how to find the domain and a range of a relation. Consider this graph. This is our y-axis, this is our x-axis, and these two axes intersect at the origin. And we are going to have this parabola, and this parabola opens upward, in which the vertex is along the y-axis and the coordinates of the vertex are h and k. How are we going to illustrate the domain of this parabola using the graph notation? Scrutinizing our parabola, there is no restriction regarding the value of x because we have arrow to the left and that signifies negative infinity, and we have also arrow to the right which signifies positive infinity. Therefore, if we are going to illustrate the domain using the graph notation, we have this line. Therefore, our domain is x such that x is any real number, or in interval notation, we are considering the arrow to the left which signifies negative infinity and arrow to the right signifies positive infinity. In other words, any value of x is admissible. Any number which belongs to real number is admissible in substituting the value of x, since there is no restriction regarding the value of x. How about the range of this parabola? Our range starts from the vertex going upward. If we are going to have arrow upward, that is positive infinity. If we have arrow downward, that represents negative infinity if we are talking about the range of a function. Arrow to the left is negative infinity and arrow to the right is positive infinity, and this arrow to the left and arrow to the right signifies infinity if we are talking about the domain of a function. How are we going to represent the range using the line graph? And this is a ray in which endpoint is the vertex of the parabola and it is going upward without bound. That is why it is positive infinity. Therefore, our range is y such that y is greater than or equal to k. Why greater than or equal to k? Because our vertex is included in the graph of the parabola. That is why we have the closed circle, or in interval notation, our range is from k going to positive infinity, and k is included in the set. And that is the range of the parabola illustrated in this slide. Now, you are initially acquainted of how the domain and range of a relation are represented using graph notations. This time, let us proceed with the exercises. Direction: find the domain and range of each relation. Take note, all functions are relations, but not all relations are functions. In these exercises, we are having a combination of functions and mere relations. Let us proceed with example number 1, and this is a set of ordered pairs with elements negative 2 and 5, negative 3 and 6, negative 4 and 6, negative 5 and 8, negative 4 and 10, and the domain is the set of negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and we have negative 4. Now, we will not write the element twice. That is why our final answer is a set of negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, and negative 2, and we arrange the elements in increasing order. And our range is the set of 5, 6, 6, 8, and 10. And since that we have 2, ordered pairs with the same ordinate, we will not write the element twice as what we have done in the domain. That is why our final answer would be a set of 5, 6, 8, and 10. Let us proceed with example number 2. And this is a set of ordered pairs with elements -2 and -5. 5 and 0, 6 and 9, -7 and 9, 8 and 9, -9 and -9, 9 and 0. And the domain is the set of -2, 5, 6, -7, 8, -9, and 9. And we are going to arrange the elements in increasing order. That is why we have the smallest element, which is -9, going to -7, -2, 5, 6, 8, and the largest element of the domain is 9. And what is our range? And it is a set of -5, 0, 9, 9, 9, -9, and 0. In other words, we have 3 ordered pairs with the same ordinate 9, and we have also 2 ordered pairs with the same ordinate 0. So we are avoiding the repetition of writing the elements. That is why our final answer would be a set of -9, -5, 0, and 9. Let us proceed with example number 3. This is an arrow diagram in which the values of x are -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, and -10. And this is one-to-many relation because -4 is mapped with 2 different ordinates, which are 7 and -5. And the domain is a set of -10, -8, -7, -6, -5, -4, and -3 because we arrange the elements in increasing order. We started with the smallest element, which is -10, and we ended with the largest element, which is -3. And our range is the set of -8. We have -5, 0, 3, 7, and 8. Take note, if we are arranging the elements of the domain and range, we are to use either increasing or decreasing order of elements. Let us proceed with example number 4, and this is given using graph of a certain ellipse in which the major axis is along the x-axis and the minor axis is along the y-axis. You are going to scrutinize the graph. The values of x starts from -4 up to +4 only. We do not have values of x which are less than -4. We do not also have values of x which are greater than 4. That is why our domain is x such that x is greater than or equal to -4 and x is less than or equal to 4. Or in interval notation, it is a closed interval from -4 and 4. Take note, -4 and 4 are included in the set of the values of x. That is why we use a pair of braces. That indicates that the values of x starts from -4 up to +4. And look at the values of y. It starts from -2 and ended with +2. We do not have values of y which are less than -2, and we do not have also values of y which are greater than 2. That is why our range is a set of y such that y is greater than or equal to -2 and y is less than or equal to 2, or in interval notation we have from -2 and 2, and -2 and 2 are included in the set, and that is indicated by a pair of braces in which -2 and 2 are included in the set of values of y. Number 5, and this is a graph of a parabola opening upward in which our vertex is along the y-axis with coordinates 0 and -4. Take note, all quadratic functions have the domain which is a set of all real numbers. The domain of all polynomial functions starting from constant function, linear function, quadratic function, cubic function, quartic function, quintic function, a function of degree 6, a function of degree 7, all of the polynomial functions have a domain which is a set of all real numbers. That is why quadratic function is a polynomial function. Therefore, the domain is a set of all real numbers. Take a look in this particular graph. There is no restriction regarding the values of x. We have arrow to the left that signifies negative infinity. We have also arrow to the right which means positive infinity. Therefore, our domain is x such that x is an element of real number, or in interval notation, it starts from negative infinity going to positive infinity. It means that any real number can be a value of x. This is a set builder notation, and this is an interval notation. Now, how about the set of values of y? There is a restriction in the set of values of y because we do not have a graph below the point 0 and -4. That is why the values of y here are not included in the set of the y values of this parabola. That is why our range is y such that y is greater than or equal to -4. Take note, the range of a parabola is dependent from the ordinate of the vertex. Therefore, if our parabola opens upward, we are going to use greater than or equal to, and we are always using the value of k. If our parabola is opening downward, we will be using less than or equal to, and we are going to take the value of k. K is the ordinate of the vertex of the parabola, h and k. Now, in interval notation, our range is a set of all values of y starting from -4 going upward. And we have arrow upward means positive infinity. And this is our range for the parabola with vertex at 0 and -4. Let us proceed with example number 6, and this is a parabola opening downward. Take note, if we have a parabola opening downward, our range is using an inequality symbol which is less than or equal to. If we have the inequality symbol less than, we are to use the negative infinity. And we have the greater than symbol, positive infinity is used. Therefore, our domain is x such that x is any real number, or this is from negative infinity going to positive infinity. Any value of x could be substituted in this quadratic function, but the range is restricted from the value of y, which is 2 going downward, because we do not have a graph above the vertex, of course. Therefore, our range is y, such that y is less than or equal to 2, and 2 is the ordinate of the vertex 0 and 2. You are going to consider always the value of k in looking for the range. Then, if our parabola is opening downward, we are going to use the less than or equal to. And if our parabola is opening upward, we are going to use the greater than or equal to. If we have less than symbol, we have the negative infinity. If we have the positive infinity, it means that we have the greater than symbol. How are we going to determine if we are having the so-called negative infinity? If we have arrow to the left, that signifies negative infinity. Arrow to the right signifies positive infinity, and that is a clear idea that can be used in giving our answer for the domain and range in interval notation using the infinity or the negative infinity or positive infinity. Now, how are we going to state our range in set builder notation? Y such that y is less than or equal to 2, y less than or equal to 2 because our parabola opens downward, and y2 because the ordinate of the vertex is 2, or in interval notation, since that we are having the arrow downward for the y, that signifies negative infinity, and the value of y ended at 2. Therefore, we have 2 here. Half closed interval, open to the left and close to the right. It means from negative infinity going to 2, and all values of y which are greater than 2 are not part of the range. Let us proceed with number 7, and this is a parabola opening to the right, and this is a relation. The vertex is negative 2 and negative 3. If we have this parabola, our domain is restricted, and the range is any real number. Look at this graph. So we have the arrow downward and arrow upward. Arrow downward means negative infinity. Arrow upward means positive infinity. Our domain is the set of all values of x starting from negative 2 going to positive infinity, and the range is starting from negative infinity going to positive infinity. Therefore, this is our domain. X such that x is greater than or equal to negative 2, or this is from negative 2 going to positive infinity. Why do we have the positive infinity? Because of greater than symbol. Why do we have the greater than symbol? Because if we are going to illustrate the domain using the line notation or graph notation, we can have arrow to the right. And our range range is y such that y is any real number. Look at this. Any value of y can be. No restriction. Therefore, y is any real number, or in interval notation, negative infinity going to positive infinity. Let us proceed with number 8, and this is an absolute value function opening upward, in which our vertex is at the point along the y-axis with coordinates 0 and negative 6. The domain of this function is x such that x is any real number. Look at this imaginary line notation or graph notation. We start from the negative infinity going to positive infinity. We have arrow to the left that signifies negative infinity. Arrow to the right signifies positive infinity. That is why in interval notation, from negative infinity going to positive infinity. Take note, we are using parenthesis for infinity. We will not use brace for infinity. We just only use brace if the point ended in that value. And we use the parenthesis also for a number which is not part of the set of the values of x or values of y. And our range is y such that y is greater than or equal to negative 6, or in interval notation, we have from negative 6 going to positive infinity, in which negative 6 is a part of the range. That is why we use an open brace. Brace means the number is included in the set. Take note, if we are looking for the range of the absolute value function, we use the same technique in looking for the range of the quadratic function. If our B shape opens upward, we are using the greater than or equal to symbol. If we are using the greater than or equal to symbol, we have arrow upward. It means that we have the positive infinity. If our B shape opens downward, our range uses the inequality symbol less than or equal to. In other words, in our interval notation, we can have the negative infinity. And let us proceed with number 9. And this is a graph of hyperbola, in which the two vertices are negative 1 and negative 2, and negative 1 and negative 4. And what is the domain of this hyperbola? You are going to inspect the values of x. The values of x have no restrictions because we have arrow to the left and we have arrow to the right. It means that there is no restriction regarding the values of x. That is why our domain is x such that x is any real number, or in interval notation, this is from negative infinity going to positive infinity. Any value of x could be accepted if we are going to substitute in the given equation of this hyperbola. Now, but the problem is in the range, because if we are going to scrutinize the graph, our range is a set from negative 4 going to negative infinity, and we do not have the values of y from negative 4 going to negative 2 because we do not have a graph here. But another set of the range starts from negative 2 going to positive infinity. And how are we going to represent our range using the set builder notation. And this is it. Y such that y is less than or equal to negative 4, because we have arrow going downward means less than or equal to. This point is included. This is our vertex. Or y is greater than or equal to negative 2. Y greater than or equal to, because our vertex is a part of the graph and we have opening upward there. That signifies greater than or equal to. Or in interval notation, we have the curve opening downward, that is negative infinity, because the value of y starts from negative infinity and will end at negative 4. Negative 4 is included. That is why negative infinity going to negative 4. And if a number is included in the set, we are using the brace union from negative 2 going to positive infinity. How do you determine that you are going to use the negative infinity? If you have less than here, and that is negative infinity, how do you know that you are going to use the brace? If there is an equal sign, you are going to use the brace, because brace means the number is a part of the set. And how are you going to use the symbol for union? You are going to combine the values of y and the values of y there. That is why you are using the symbol for union. And this is negative 2, in which negative 2 is a part of the set going to positive infinity. We will proceed with number 10. And this is a graph of a parabola opening downward, in which our domain is limited from the point 5 and 3 going to negative infinity. And how are we going to illustrate the domain of this parabola? Domain is x such that x is less than 5, or in interval notation, that is from negative infinity going to 5, in which 5 is not a part of the domain because of the open circle here. This signifies that this point with coordinates 5 and 3 is not included in the graph. That is why if we are looking for the domain, our domain starts from the negative infinity going to 5, and 5 is not included in the set. That is why we use the close parenthesis, and if we are using the parenthesis, that number is not included. And if we are using the brace, that number is included in the set. How about the range of this particular parabola? Our range is dependent from the ordinate of the vertex. The ordinate of the vertex is 4. That is why that is our basis in looking for the range. Now, looking at the vertex, and we do not have a graph above the vertex. We have the graph below the vertex, and that is from 4 going to negative infinity. That is why our range is y, such that y is less than or equal to 4. Why is it less than or equal to? Because our vertex is included in the graph, and it is less than because our arrow is going downward. And in interval notation, our range is from negative infinity going to 4, in which 4 is a part of the set. That is why we use the close brace indicating that 4 is a part of the set. Now, let us proceed with number 11. And this is a graph of a piecewise function in which we have the three sub-functions with different subdomain. And the first sub-function is aligned with endpoint at 6 and 5. And we have here a parabola in which the interval of the y starts from -2 going to 4, and this is another subfunction in which our y starts from -15/4 going to -infinity. Now, how are we going to look for the domain of this piecewise function? You are going to illustrate the domain using the imaginary line graph or the graph notation. You are going to scrutinize the points. Is there any restriction from the value of x? There is no restriction. Therefore, we have arrow to the left, and that signifies -infinity. Arrow to the right signifies +infinity. To represent our domain, x such that x is any real number. Because, as you can see on the graph, there is no exemption from the real number. Therefore, any value of x, it could be negative, it could be 0, it could be positive. That is why in interval notation, our domain is from -infinity going to +infinity. And this is the interval notation for x such that x is any real number. How about the range of this piecewise function? We are going to scrutinize. We have arrow downward, and that represents -infinity up to -15/4, or that is -3.75, and we do not have a value of y from the interval -15/4 going to -2. And another set of the range is starting from -2 going to 4, but 4 is not a part of the range because of the open circle here. And we do not have values of y from 4 going to 5. And another subset of the range starts from 5 going to +infinity. That is the thing that you are going to consider in determining the range of a certain piecewise function. Therefore, our range is y such that y is less than or equal to -15/4. Take note, you are going to consider the vertex of the parabola because our range is dependent from the ordinate of the vertex, and that is why we are taking -15/4 because we are looking for the values of y, the set of all values of y in this piecewise function. And another subset of the range is an interval which starts from -2, in which -2 is a part of the graph because of the closed circle here, signifying that this point is the part of the graph. That is why we have the equal sign, signifies that y could be equal to -2 and y could be greater than -2 since it is going upward, but y is less than 4. 4 is not a part of the piecewise function regarding the range. That is why there is no equal sign here because of the open circle here. And another subset of the range is a set starting from 5 going to +infinity, and that is represented by an inequality which is 5 is greater than or equal to 5. Now, how are we going to state the range using the interval notation? Take note, less than signifies -infinity. Equal sign signifies brace. And that is the technique that you are going to use if you are going to represent the domain or range using the interval notation. And this is it. From negative infinity, because we have arrow downward, and that is negative infinity, going to negative 15 over 4, and that is brace because negative 15 over 4 is a part of the range union. From negative 2 going to 4, 4 is not a part of the range, and negative 2 is a part of the range. That is why we have the open brace, and 4 is not a part of the range. That is why we have the close parenthesis union. From 5 going to positive infinity, and 5 is a part of the range because we have the closed circle there, signifying that this ray is having the endpoint with coordinates 6 and 5. And take note, this point is a part of the piecewise function, and that is going upward, and that is signifying positive infinity. Let us proceed with number 12, and this is a graph of a line with a point in which this is not a part of the line, and this is a graph of rational function. What is the domain of this graph? Domain is x such that x is not equal to 2 because 2 is not a part of the domain because of the open circle here, in which this point 2 and negative 4 is not a part of the graph. Or in interval notation, you have arrow to the left. Take note, if we are using arrow to the left and arrow to the right, we are referring to the domain. If we are using arrow downward and arrow upward, we are considering the range. Do not say arrow downward because we are not looking for the range. Arrow to the left means negative infinity. Going to 2, and 2 is not a part of the set. That is why we use the parenthesis union from 2, in which 2 is not a part of the set, going to arrow to the right, and that is positive infinity. How about the range? How are we going to state the range? Range is y such that y is not equal to negative 4 because this point is not a part of the function. This graph of a rational function is just only a part of a line in which this point is not included in that particular graph of a line. This is just only one type of a rational function graph. Y such that y is not equal to negative 4. Why did you consider negative 4? Because that is ordinate. Ordinate is a value of y. Or that is arrow downward means negative infinity. Going to negative 4, and negative 4 is not a part of the set. That is why we are using the parenthesis union from negative 4 going to positive infinity because you have arrow upward. Let us proceed with number 13. And this is another example of piecewise function in which we have three sub-functions. We have a parabola, we have a constant function, and we have a linear function. How are you going to look for the domain of this piecewise function? You're going to scrutinize the values of x. You have arrow to the left, and you have arrow to the right, and there is no restriction in the values of x. Look at this. Values of x. Therefore, domain is x such that x is any real number or that is from negative infinity going to positive infinity. Do not use brace for the infinity. because you are just only using the brace if you include that number in the set. What is the range of this piecewise function? We are going to analyze first from negative infinity going to negative 6. And negative 6 is not a part of the range because of the open circle here. And from negative 6 going to a number which is less than negative 3 is not a part of the range. Take note, we are considering the ordinates of these points since we are looking for the range. And we do not have also a value of y starting from a number which is greater than negative 3 going to a number which is less than negative 1. Therefore, we have 3 subsets of their range. So the first one is y is less than negative 6. Why less than? Because you have arrow downward. You are using arrow downward or arrow upward if we are looking for the range. Arrow to the left, arrow to the right if we are considering the domain. And arrow downward is negative infinity. Arrow upward is positive infinity. Arrow to the left is negative infinity. Arrow to the right is positive infinity. Union of a set with only one element which is negative 3, because when we say constant function, we have only one value of y. That is just only negative 3 because this is our constant c. And another subset of the range starts from negative 1 going to positive infinity because we have arrow here. That is why our range is y such that y is less than negative 6, or y is equal to negative 3, or y is greater than or equal to negative 1. We are considering the ordinates of the points since we are looking for the range. The ordinates are negative 1, negative 3, and negative 6. Take note of the open circle and the closed circle here. And now, let us state the range of this piecewise function using the interval notation. And we are going to use the inequality symbol less than, and this signifies negative infinity going to negative 6, in which negative 6 is not a part of the range because we do not have the equal sign here. We do not have the equal sign here because it is being signified by the open circle here, in which 3 and negative 6 is not a part of the graph of the piecewise function. Union, which is containing of the set with only one element, and that is the constant function, in which we have only one element of the range, and that is negative 3. Union, another subset of the range, is from negative 1, wherein negative 1 is a part of the range. That is why we use the open brace, signifying that negative 1 is a part of the range of the piecewise function going to positive infinity. Take note, we are using the negative infinity if we have the less than inequality. We use the less than inequality if we have the arrow downward. And if there is an open circle here, this signifies that that point is not a part of the graph of the piecewise function. That is why we use the parenthesis. If we have this kind of point in which it is a closed circle, it means that this point is a part of the piecewise function. That is why we have the equal sign, and that is y is equal to negative 3. And so with this point in which negative 2 and negative 1 is a part of the piecewise function, therefore we use the equal sign here, and that signifies that negative 1 is a part of the range. And if the number is a part of the range, we are going to use the brace. And that's how we are going to state the range of this piecewise function in number 13. Let us proceed with number 14. And this is given through equation. Y plus 5 is equal to 0. And this is a constant function equivalent to y is equal to negative 5. And what is the domain? Domain is x such that x is any real number or from negative infinity going to positive infinity, because constant function is an example of polynomial function. As what we have discussed in the previous slide, all polynomial functions have domain, which is a set of all real number. And our range is just only containing one element, and that is negative 5. This is set builder notation, and this is an ordinary set, and we cannot represent this in interval notation because we have only one element. So let us proceed with number 15, and this is a linear function. When we say linear function, it is a polynomial function. That is why our domain is x such that x is any real number, or it is from negative infinity going to positive infinity, and our range is y such that y is any real number or from negative infinity going to positive infinity. In other words, there is no restriction with the value of x, and so with the value of y. Any number can be substituted as long as it is an example of a real number. Number 16, y is equal to negative 2 quantity x plus 1 quantity squared, and this is a quadratic function. And quadratic function is a polynomial function. Therefore, the domain of a quadratic function, since it is a polynomial function, is x such that x is any real number, or in interval notation, this is negative infinity going to positive infinity, and this is a quadratic function in which the parabola opens downward. Therefore, we have arrow downward, and it means we have negative infinity, and our k is 0. Why 0? Because our vertex is along the x-axis. Therefore, our k is equal to 0. Our range is y is less than or equal to 0. Why? Because we always refer to value of k in stating the range. And y less than or equal because our parabola opens downward. If our parabola opens upward, we are using greater than or equal to. Or in interval notation, why do we have negative infinity? Because of this negative sign. Parabola opens downward. Or if we are going to follow the sign, negative sign signifies negative infinity. And equal sign signify close brace here. It means that 0 is a part of the set. Number 17, and this is also a parabola opening upward, and the vertex is along the x-axis. It is very similar with this parabola. The only difference is the concavity, because the concavity of this parabola is upward while this parabola opens downward, and this parabola is narrower compared to this parabola. And the domain, of course, is x such that x is any real number, or it is from negative infinity going to positive infinity. And our range, take note, if we are looking for the range of the quadratic function, we are always considering the value of k. Since that the vertex is along the x-axis, our k is equal to 0. And since this is positive, you are going to use the greater than or equal to. Therefore, y such that y is greater than or equal to 0, or from 0 going to positive infinity, in which 0 is a part of the set in the range because of the equal sign here. If we have greater than, you have positive infinity. If you have positive infinity, number is in the left side of the interval. If you have negative infinity, your number is to the right of the interval notation. We do not have the negative infinity to the right. Because when we say to the right, that is going to very large number. And when we say negative infinity, going to very small number. And number 18. Y is equal to 3x squared minus 4. And this is also a parabola opening upward since the quadratic term is positive, but the vertex is not along the x-axis, but the vertex is along the y-axis, in which our k is negative 4. And our domain, take note, all polynomial functions have domain which is a set of real number. X such that x is any real number or that is starting from negative infinity going to positive infinity, but the problem is the range because it is not a set of all real numbers. And y such that y is greater than or equal to. Y greater than or equal to because the opening of the parabola is upward. And y negative 4 because this is the value of k. Or this is from negative 4 going to positive infinity, in which negative 4 is a part of the range. And let us proceed with number 19. Y is equal to 3 minus 2x squared. And this is also a quadratic function. And the graph is a parabola opening downward. Therefore, instead of using greater than or equal to, we will be using less than or equal to in the range. And the domain is same with the domain of number 18 because this is a quadratic function. X such that x is any real number or that is from negative infinity going to positive infinity. And the range is y such that y is less than or equal to 3. Or that is from negative infinity. Why negative infinity? Because less than. And y 3 close interval to the right because of the equal sign here. And let us proceed with number 20. Y is equal to negative quantity x plus 2 quantity squared minus 8. And this is a parabola in which the vertex is not on the x-axis nor on the y-axis. The vertex lies on the third quadrant because the vertex is negative 2 and negative 8. And take note, this is a quadratic function. Therefore, the domain is x such that x is any real number or that is from negative infinity going to positive infinity. And our range is y such that y is less than or equal to negative 8. Where did you get negative 8? Because negative 8 is the value of k. Why is it less than or equal? Because the parabola opens downward. Or this is negative infinity going to negative 8, in which negative 8 is a part of the range. That is why we use the closed interval to the right. If we have less than, that signifies negative infinity. If we have equal sign, that signifies brace. We will proceed with number 21, and this is a quadratic function in which it is given in standard form. We have the value of a, and that is the coefficient of the quadratic term. We have the value of b, the coefficient of the linear term. And we have the value of c, the constant term. And it is not given in vertex form, in which the value of k is automatically identified. In this particular equation, we are going to use a certain equation. We will look for the abscissa of the vertex using the formula x is equal to negative b over 2a. And what is your b? That is 4. And this is negative from the formula. And 2 is a constant. And what is the value of a? And that is 1 because that is the coefficient of the quadratic term. This is negative 4 divided by 2 times 1 is negative 2. And this is the abscissa of the vertex. How are you going to look for the ordinate of the vertex? And this is k. What you are going to do is to substitute the value of x, which is negative 2, because this is the value of x. Therefore, if x is equal to negative 2, what is the value of y? And that is your k. So, substitute from the original equation. So, this is negative 2 quantity squared plus 4 times negative 2 plus 5. And this is equal to negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Then, this is positive times negative is negative 8. So, this is negative 8 plus 4 is equal to negative 4. Then, negative 4 plus 5 is equal to 1. Therefore, our k is 1 and this is the basis for our range. And the domain of the quadratic function is same with the domain here. X such that x is any real number or in interval notation that is from negative infinity going to positive infinity. And since that our quadratic term is positive, we are using greater than or equal to. That is why our range is y such that y is greater than or equal to 1 from the value of k, or from 1 going to positive infinity, 1 is a part of the range. That is why we use the open brace. If we have the brace to the right, close brace. If we have the brace to the left, open brace. If we have parenthesis to the right, close parenthesis. If we have parenthesis to the left, open parenthesis. Now, we will proceed with number 22, and this is also a quadratic function in which our quadratic term is negative. Therefore, our parabola opens downward. If our parabola opens downward, our range uses the inequality symbol less than or equal to. And what we need to do here is to look for the value of x or the abscissa of the vertex using the formula x is equal to negative b over 2a. And you are going to substitute from the formula. This is negative. And your b is negative 8 and substitute. And to the constant there. And your a is negative 2 from the coefficient of the quadratic term. Then negative times negative is positive already. The negative times positive is negative. Therefore, 8 divided by negative 4 is negative 2. And this is your h. And to look for the value of k, you are going to substitute negative 2 in the equation of the quadratic function, and that is to look for the value of k. Therefore, this is negative 2 times negative 2 quantity squared minus 8 times negative 2 plus 3. And this is equal to negative 2 times negative 2 is 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Negative times negative is positive. 8 times 2 is 16. Then plus 3. 16 minus 8 is equal to 8. Plus 3 is equal to 11. And this is the value of k, in which this is the basis for your range. Since that this is negative, you are going to use less than or equal to. When we say less than or equal to, you have negative infinity and your k must be in the right side, and that is using the closed brace. But prior to that, you're going to state the domain. X is any real number. X such that x is any real number or from negative infinity going to positive infinity. And the range is y such that y is less than or equal to, because negative 2 is the coefficient of the quadratic term. We have less than symbol, we we have negative infinity. And 11 is close because of the equal sign. And let us proceed with number 23. And this is a cubic function. Y is equal to 2x cubed minus 3x plus 7. And this is an example of a polynomial function. Therefore, our domain is x such that x is any real number or from negative infinity going to positive infinity. And there is no also restriction in the value of y. That is why your range is y such that y is any real number or that is from negative infinity going to positive infinity. And number 24 is a radical function, specifically a square root function. If we have the square root function, the radicand should be any number starting from 0 going to positive infinity. It means that expression inside this radical symbol should not be less than 0. It must be 0 or positive number. And that will be our basis in order to look for the domain. And our solution would be 2x minus 5 is greater than or equal to 0. Because this should not be negative. Because if this expression will be resulting to negative, that will be giving you a not real number, and that is imaginary number, and that is not, of course, a real number. That is why in looking for the domain, you are going to have 2x minus 5 is greater than or equal to 0 to look for the domain. And what you need to do is to transpose negative 5 to the right side of the inequality symbol. From negative 5, that becomes positive 5. And you are going to divide both sides with 2 so that you can look for the value of x, and x is greater than or equal to 5 over 2 or 5 halves. Therefore, the domain is x such that x is greater than or equal to 5 over 2, or that is in interval notation, 5 over 2 going to positive infinity. 5 over 2 is a part of the domain. That is why we use the open brace here, indicating that 5 over 2 is a part of the domain. Then, what is our range? Take note, if it is positive, all resulting values of y will be 0 going to positive infinity, because we cannot have a negative value of y here. There is no negative answer that will be resulting from square root of 2x minus 5. That is why your range is y such that y is greater than or equal to 0. Now we will proceed with number 25. And this is also a radical function, specifically a square root function with negative sign here, and our linear term is negative, while in our example number 24, our linear term is positive. How are we going to look for the domain of this function? Our solution goes like this way. 3 minus 4x is greater than or equal to 0. Why? Because our radicand should not be negative number. That is why a number which is not negative is a number which is greater than or equal to 0. That is why we are going to get the radicand, and we are using the greater than or equal to 0 and solve for the value of x. What you need to do here is to use the additive property of inequality. What is the additive inverse of 3? The additive inverse of 3 is negative 3. You are going to add both sides of the inequality with negative 3 so that you can cancel here, and what remains in our inequality would be negative 4x greater than or equal to negative 3, because 0 plus negative 3 is negative 3, and you are going to divide both sides with negative 4. And take note, if you are dividing or multiplying both sides of the inequality with a negative sign, the inequality reverses. From greater than, that becomes less than. From less than, that becomes greater than. If you are going to divide or multiply both sides of the inequality with a negative number. That is why our domain is x such that x is less than or equal to 3 over 4, or take note, since that we have the less than, we have the negative in infinity. Going to 3 over 4, and 3 over 4 is a part of the domain because we have the equal sign here. And what is our range? Our range is y, such that y is less than or equal to 0. Why? Because of the negative sign here. Y such that y is less than or equal to 0, or that is from negative infinity going to 0, and 0 is part of the range. That is why you have the closed brace here. And that is the difference between here, because all numbers that will be resulting from this radical expression will be positive. Then positive times negative is negative. That is why you have less than or equal to 0, because if our x is 3 over 4, our y would be equal to 0. If you're going to substitute x, which is 3 over 4, and our y is equal to 0, because you have square root of 0 is equal to 0. 0 times negative is equal to 0. That is why your range is y such that y is less than or equal to 0. And now, let us proceed with problem number 26. And this is an equation of a circle whose center is at the origin, and the equation is x squared plus y squared minus 64 is equal to 0. The most important property or characteristic of a circle, which is very useful in looking for its domain and range, is the radius. How are we going to look for the radius of this circle? X squared plus y squared minus 64 is equal to 0. And that is getting the square root of 64, and square root of 64 is equal to 8. And that is the basis and looking for the domain of this circle. Therefore, the domain is x such that x is greater than or equal to negative 8, and x is less than or equal to 8. Because the circle intersects the x-axis at the points negative 8 and 0, and 8 and 0, or in interval notation, the domain is the closed interval from negative 8 going to 8, in which negative 8 and 8 are elements of the set of the values of x, which is the domain of this circle. And we used a pair of braces because these two numbers, negative 8 and 8, are part of the domain. And the range is y such that y is greater than or equal to negative 8, and y is less than or equal to 8, or in interval notation, it is a closed interval containing negative 8 going to 8, in which negative 8 and 8 are part of the range because we use the pair of braces. Why? Because the circle intersects the y-axis at points with coordinates 0 and negative 8 and 0 and 8. Number 27. Y is equal to square root of x squared minus 4, and this is a radical function in which the radicand is a quadratic expression. How are we going to look for the domain and range of this radical function? Our solution goes like this way. The first thing that we are going to do is to get the radicand, and that will be equated to 0. X squared minus 4 is equal to 0, and solve for the value of x. That is why we have x squared is equal to 4, because we are going to transpose negative 4 to the right side of the equation. From negative 4, that becomes positive 4. X is equal to positive and negative square root of 4, and that is x is equal to positive and negative 2. And this is the basis in looking for the domain of this radical function. And the domain is x such that x is less than or equal to -2. We are using the less than or equal to if we are going to get the negative value of x, and we are going to use the greater than or equal to if we are going to take the positive value of x from our solution. Or in interval notation, since that we have the less than here, we are going to have the negative infinity going to -2, and -2 is a part of the value of x in the domain. That is why we use the close brace in which -2 is included in the set. Union of this another inequality, and since we use the greater than or equal to, we have the positive infinity, and that starts from 2, wherein 2 is a part of the domain. Take note, if we have the positive infinity, our number is in the left side. If we have the negative infinity, the number is at the right side of the interval notation. And what will be our range? Range is y such that y is greater than or equal to 0, because this expression will not be resulting to negative. The value that will be given in this expression starts from 0 going to positive infinity. That is why our y is greater than or equal to 0. Or in interval notation, that is from 0, inclusive of 0, going to positive infinity. We are using positive infinity because of the greater than or equal to symbol. And let us proceed with the last number, which is number 28. And this is again a radical function in which our quadratic term in the radicand is negative, and that is different from our example in number 27 because our radicand, the quadratic term, is positive. Here, the quadratic term is negative. What we are going to do here is to also consider the radicand, and we are going to equate this radicand to 0. That is why 25 minus 9x squared is equal to 0, and solve for the value of x. We are going to transpose 25 to the right side of the equation. From 25, that becomes negative 25, and we are going to divide both sides of the equation with negative 9. We have x squared is equal to negative 25 divided by negative 9 is equal to 25 over 9. And looking for the value of x, x is equal to positive and negative square root of 25 over 9. And this is equal to square root of 25 is equal to 5, and square root of 9 is equal to 3. Therefore, our x is positive and negative 5 over 3. And this is the basis in looking for our domain of this radical function. Take note, if we are having a quadratic term in the radicand which is positive, we are using the union of sets. If our quadratic term in the radicand is negative, we are using the intersection of the two sets. Our domain is x such that x is greater than or equal to negative 5 over 3, and x is less than or equal to 5 over 3, and the negative value of x will be written in the left side of the inequality, and the positive value of x will be written in the right side of the inequality, because we are following the number line in which negative number is to the left and positive number is to the right. And if we are going to state this set builder notation in interval notation, is from negative 5 over 3 going to 5 over 3, and this is a closed interval in which negative 5 over 3 and 5 over 3 are part of the domain. What we are going to do in looking for the range of this radical function, what we need to do here is to consider the constant term. And the constant term of the radicand is 25, and we are going to get the square root of 25, and that is positive and negative 5. If this is negative, we are going to consider the negative 5. If this is positive, we are going to take the positive 5. Now, our range is y such that y is greater than or equal to negative 5 and y is less than or equal to 0, or in interval notation, our range is from negative 5 going to 0, in which negative 5 and 0 are part of the range. And this is the technique that you are going to use if we will have a certain exercise or assignment in which our example is similar with number 28, which is a radical function in which our radicand contains quadratic term and the quadratic term is negative. You are going to use this example. And if our radical function contains quadratic term in the radicand and the quadratic term is positive, you are going to use this example. Thank you very much for watching this supplemental learning video for looking for the range and domain of the relation.